In the heart of South Africa, during the throes of apartheid, a law was enacted that would shape the landscape of the nation, quite literally. This law, the Alienation of Land Act, Act 68 of 1981, was designed to govern the transfer of land ownership from one party to another. Alienation, as defined by the Act, referred to any transfer of ownership of land, whether by way of sale, lease, donation, exchange, or otherwise. The Act's definition of land was just as broad, encompassing any interest in land, including any right to claim transfer of land. Every transfer of land required the approval of the Minister of Land Affairs. The minister had the power to refuse any transfer if it was perceived as not serving the public interest. Sounds fair, right? Well, not quite. The Act contained several provisions that severely restricted the ownership of land by black South Africans. For instance, black South Africans were explicitly prohibited from owning land in certain areas, such as white farmlands. This law made it incredibly difficult for black South Africans to acquire land elsewhere too. As you can imagine, the Alienation of Land Act was, and still is, a point of contention. Critics argue that it is blatantly discriminatory and hinders black South Africans from fully participating in the economy. On the other hand, supporters of the Act argue that it is necessary to protect the interests of white landowners and to prevent the fragmentation of agricultural land. The effects of the Alienation of Land Act have been profound. It contributed significantly to the spatial segregation of South African society by making it difficult for black South Africans to own land. Furthermore, it led to the decline of black-owned agriculture in South Africa. Fast forward to the present. The Act has been amended several times since the end of apartheid. Nevertheless, its core provisions remain intact. The South African government has expressed a commitment to reforming the Alienation of Land Act. However, the way forward is unclear. Some argue for its repeal, while others advocate for amendments to make it more equitable. In conclusion, the Alienation of Land Act is a complex and controversial law that has left a significant mark on the South African property market and the lives of black South Africans. Its future remains uncertain, but what is certain is that it will continue to be a major issue in South African politics for many years to come.